Hello and welcome to Tarot Siddhi at voicesandviews.com. My name is Prasiddhi Mishra and I'm a tarot reader. Now in today's episode we are starting another new chapter of our tarot learning and we are talking about Minor Arcana from today onwards. As you see, Minor Arcana is not really minor in any sense because these are more cards, there are 56 cards, and when you are reading for someone, more than anything else, Minor Arcana cards will be coming, so it's very important to understand what they mean. Of course, if it's a major card in your reading, then it commands a lot of attention and gives a stronger message. But nevertheless, minor cards can be there for an entire reading, and they can be talking about some short-term and not very long-term things. But these short-term things are shaping your future. So it's very important to learn how these cards move and what kind of energies they possess. As I told you also before, that Minor Arcana is grouped in 4 different suits. First is the cups, then you have wands, pentacles, which are also called coins, and you have swords. And they all represent different sun signs also. They represent different elements like earth, fire, water, and so on and so forth. But that's not really relevant while you're reading tarot. What you see on the card and the image that is coming on the card is exactly talking to you. And you don't care at that time whether it's fire or earth. I've seen a lot of tarot readers getting into that jargon that, oh, this is a fire card or a water card. But believe me, for the person who's come for a reading, it's all, it doesn't make any sense to them. So I would be bringing information that is more relevant to someone who knows nothing about tarot. And I would begin with cups today because they are my favorite suit. And of course, because I'm an emotional person, and cups are only and only about emotions. They're about feelings, they're about love, and they're about relationships, and this is the core of our life. So I want to begin with the core of our life. And there's something which is very, very beautiful about the Ace of Cups. There's a hand holding the cup, and you can see there's this little bird perching down. What this really means is emotions, and since it's a representative of water element, you see water on the card. So this is what this means. And if something is beginning with the ace, it will continue to grow throughout the 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s till it reaches the 10. So for example, I'm just giving an example here. If boy meets girl in this scenario, then probably by the end of this journey, they are married with children and very, very happily settled. So this is the flow, this is the journey of all these 10 cards. And whenever you see any cup card coming, it's talking about a stage in a relationship or a situation in a relationship. Mostly they represent relationships. Sometimes they could also talk about people. But now let me begin with the Ace of Cups. This is the Ace of Cups. It means new love energy, something which is just about to begin, a new relationship that is going to start, that will bring a lot of fresh new relationship in your life. So this is all about friendships, love, relationships, and this is the Ace of Cups. Some new relationship is starting out. It's just beginning. It's just there. The energy is there. Now the boy has met the girl, and obviously they are sharing nice cup of coffee together probably. These are 2 of cups. There's a boy and there's a girl, a man and a woman. This card represents harmony because the relationship has just started, So in the beginning, all relationships are fresh and happy, and people are loving each other, and they are not looking at any negativities of each other. So this is exactly the stage of this card. It's the 2 of Cups. It means harmony, friendship, good times spent together with friends or someone special in your life. Now it's moving on ahead, and we have reached the 3 of Cups. Now this card talks about, as you can see, they're saying cheers. All 3 women have 3 cups in their hands. A lot of happiness. It means celebration. You're celebrating something. It could be a party. It could be get together with friends, Basically, that little friendship that started with the Ace of Cups grew to be a little bit more intimate with someone, and here you have a full-blown celebration. Everyone has come together and everyone's celebrating and partying. This is a very, very positive suit. You don't see painful or negative or sad cards in cups. And now we are coming to the 4 of Cups. Here the expectations have gone too far ahead, Now you can see that this person is sitting under a tree. He's looking at these 3 cups, but he's not really looking at them. He's looking on the ground. He's not happy. And there's a hand which is presenting him another cup, which is like probably the hand of God, From nowhere there's an opportunity coming in his direction. there's a solution coming, but he's not looking at it because he's so busy feeling low, feeling sad. So this card talks about opportunities that come your way that you don't really count, because maybe I'm getting an opportunity to do something tomorrow, but I don't think it's that great. It's come my way. Some unseen force has brought it in my life, but I don't really think much of it, and I don't think it's any use. I'd much rather sit under a tree and feel sad about myself. So this is one of those temporary lows that come in our lives, and this talks about the temporary feeling of not being very happy, like you've had too much celebration, it's a stage of hangover, and you're like, okay, whatever, I just want to be by myself. And this is the energy of that card. And now we move ahead to the 5. Now this sadness has blown a little bit further on. It's a little bit more sadness here in this card. You see this person, you don't see his face, you just see his back. It's bent. He's standing in sorrow, wallowing in probably self-pity, disappointed with a project that failed, something that started with a creative project. Even creative energy is represented by cups, because all creativity comes from your emotions and your feelings. So some new business started maybe which didn't do as well. Halfway between the thing, he's lost interest or feels disappointed and sad. And interestingly, there are 2 cups behind him that are still kept erect, and 3 have fallen off. This man is not concentrating on what he still has. Rather than that, he's feeling disappointed for what he has lost. So there's a warning and there's an advice from Tarot that look back, you still have a lot of stuff going on for you, and you don't have to feel so lost and sad and all desolate about anything. There are still things that are going for you. So rather than concentrating on the spilt milk, pay attention to what you still possess. There are still some gifts in this situation, and this is exactly what this card means. But it's about feeling. So now the person is not feeling very well. Now at the stage of the six of cups, you see 2 females, there's 1 child, and there's a little grown-up woman, and there are 6 cups spread all over. There's a countryside, you can see some Italian countryside or that kind of picture. That's what I see here, and this definitely doesn't look like India. To me, it's more like abroad, but probably because these cards are painted abroad, they have a lot of Italian influence in them. And here you see that there's this woman sharing a cup with the younger one, and this card normally talks about days gone by, nostalgia. When this card comes, someone is remembering their past, the days that have gone by in the relationship, because this relationship has been there for a while now. You've seen highs and lows, and there are times when you just sit and reminisce what went by. So this is a card of nostalgia, of past, and all the things that happened in the relationship in the past. It's all about remembering your childhood also, since there's a child here. So you sit and remember some lovely old days when you were a child and how it used to be when you used to play with your friends. So this is the kind of feeling in this card. Going ahead, you see the 7 of cups. There's a dark figure. We don't know who he is. Very illusory this card is. And there are a lot of cups, 7 cups that are kept. And there are all different objects that are in the cups. There's this snake in 1 cup. Not a very, very good thing. Then there's this face, which probably talks about vanity and fame and name. Then there's this estate, there's a building, and then there are jewels kept, and there's this empress's crown kept. And then there is this undisclosed object in the center. And it's been highlighted. There's a halo around it, and it's been highlighted. What this card says is there are many, many choices available to you. You could go in any direction. There are many options available to you. But there is only 1 choice or maximum 2 choices that are valid that you should take. Everything else is an illusion. It's not something that you should pursue. It feels as if it's a path, but it's not. So this is a stage in relationships when someone's not very clear about which direction they want to take this relationship. There are many things that they could seemingly do, but there are just 2 options, or basically maybe 1, because there's only 1 highlighted. But sometimes I would say that, okay, there are 2 more things that might be desirable. The snake is not desirable, but the fame and the name could be. So maybe 1 or 2 things that you can do in this situation. And you have to, if it's a business situation, then there might be many business offers, but most of them will be all waste of your time. Maybe 1 or 2 will materialize and come to fruition. So ask your heart which direction should you go, because it's all illusory here. It's all illusory. So you got to tread very, very carefully. Don't fool yourself, and be very, very pragmatic and practical while making a choice, because if that works for you, that works for you. But yeah, there's a sense of being lost because it's all illusion. So this is what this card means. And now we are coming to the Eight of Cups. This is a very, very interesting card. And you see the sun and the moon both drawn together. The energies of this card are very, very weird. There is this one man who is just going away. He's left everything. And there comes a time in every relationship when things have reached, seven-inch kind of a situation. You've been together for a while, or any relationship that's been there has been there for a while, but there's nothing new to it. It's been going on the same way. So you want to take a breather, you want to go away. This also means going away for a spiritual journey. This person is, see, you can see the cups, they're not all thrown away here and there. They are very nicely arranged, one on top of the other, all 8 cups. This means that this man will come back. It's not that he's left people and left his family or left his office and left his work and just gone. He is just taking a break, he's just taking a breather. He's gone to gain a fresh perspective on his life, and he will come back because he has arranged his work space or his office space. Like for example, you go on holiday, you clean your house, you put everything in order, you lock the house and you go because you're coming back and you want to be coming back to a nice arranged house again. You just don't leave in a hurry. You put everything in its place, and this is exactly what this card means. Taking a breather, taking a break. He might be a little dejected, a little disappointed here, but like the 5, he's not sad and on low. He's taking a higher approach. He wants to take some time off, assess his feelings, go inward, go inside and see how, he wants to look ahead at his life. So it's a very it's a reflection based card. It's a very reflective card, and this person is taking time off. He's just blowing off some steam. So let this person go wherever they are going because they just need a little time just with themselves. Now, once this person goes and comes back feeling happy, you have a stage where, again, he sits very, very calmly, peacefully, happily. This is the 9 of Cups. It talks about wish fulfillment in many cases. This is a card of absolute joy and happiness, something that you've been cherishing, a dream that you have had in your heart for a very long time will be coming true. This is your wish is granted kind of a card. It's a very happy card. When this card comes in a reading, depending on the other cards, you can come to a conclusion, but generally this means a lot of joy, emotional happiness. This person is very happy, and he's somewhat lazy also because he's been through life, he's done too many things, ups and downs. Now he's reached a very happy place. He's perched right in the center, and there are lots of cups arranged behind him, and it's like a state of absolute emotional bliss and joy. This is the card of bliss. And now since there is this bliss energy going on, obviously it's reaching its finest pinnacle, the highest point. This is the 10 of Cups. You see a man and a woman all happy and joyful and very, 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 very happy energy, and there are 2 kids playing in the background. So if you have a married friend coming for a tarot reading asking for how his family life is going to be, you can very happily say, great stuff, you might be having 2 children and very, very nice family life, or whatever it is that this person is doing in a creative field. It'll bring a lot of joy home because they'll be so successful outside. Even their home space is going to be so filled with happiness and joy because everything that we do affects 360-degree circle in our lives. So emotional happiness has reached its peak point. So this is the journey of the Cups, and it goes from feeling very, very excited and happy about a new relationship to developing a new friendship to celebrating to feeling lost to feeling sad and desolate, then to remembering your past, then being not in a very nice place of mind, you're in illusion, and then you to break the illusion. Now you need some time away and you go away, then you come back with a newfound understanding and you're happy, and then finally you're in a state of complete joy and happiness. And an additional influence to the Minor Arcana of Cups is the suit cards, is the, what am I saying? This is the people cards, the court cards, and these are the human beings that are generally depicted, but they could be situations, they could be feelings, they could be qualities also that you are seeking in something. Now this is the king, this is the highest energy, that all the cup energy in a human being. What if these cups were people? So this is how it's going to be. This is the King of Cups. Since cups are all emotional, joyful, all feelings of the heart, this is a very, very romantic person. He's sitting on a throne, and it's all again thrown on water. So this person is not very stiff like the emperor, he's very fluid, he's very calm and relaxed. He still rules, but he rules with his heart. This is more of a loving husband, a romantic boyfriend. And if this card comes, you're set for a very, very beautiful relationship. Whoever this man is brings a lot of softness and sensitivity to the relationship. Very, very nice partner to have. If this represents a father, very kind, gentle, loving father who really dotes on his family. Now that's the kind of person this person is. And then you have the knight, a little younger than the king. This person might be in his 40s if you're comparing. This person is still a little younger, youth, and around say 25, 30. That kind of energy is there in this card. This is a Knight of Cups, maybe a loving boyfriend, or maybe a son who's very, very caring, someone who comes back home and brings a lot of joy home, just waiting for this person to come back home, or a friend who's very, very loving and caring. This is the kind of energy. It also means messages and movements with regard to your creative work. If you're in creative field and this card comes, it means some, because the horse is moving. So it means that, there's some movement coming in your creative field, and you might be seeing some good news coming in your direction, because these are also messenger cards. The knight and the page are also messengers. So this is like a messenger of love, messenger of peace. This is also good news cards. So what kind of news is there? You'll have to look for in other cards, but this is news, this is movement, this is joy, happiness. And if it's talking about a person, I told you, very loving, very, very happy, and very, very beautiful person to be with. The Page of Cups is talking about a baby, a very, very young person. It could also mean a girl child. For example, if the knight comes, it could mean a boy, and this page could mean a girl child. But it's not necessary, it just could be anything. It's your feeling as a tarot reader. You'll get a vision in your mind whether it's a girl or a boy. But yeah, this is a very, very loving person, and this is a very, very happy news also. This is also a news bearer's card, a messenger's card. Very, very big initial stages of a project beginning. Like news has come that you're just about to get this chance to do something, and this is a very, very nascent stage in a creative journey, in a creative field. It also means a person, and this person is very gentle, calm, and soft and sweet. And this is the energy of the cups. And since we are talking about this, how can we forget the queen? And the queen is abundant, she's joyful. There's a small little baby playing behind her, but she's not looking at the baby, she's lost in her daydreams. She's got a giant cup, next to her, holding in her hand in fact, and she's looking at this big cup. She's the loving mother, or the nice, loving, warm wife to come back home to. This is the energy of the Queen of Cups. And she's the queen of emotions, she's the queen of creativity. So if you're a creative person, this card will often come for you. If you're wanting a career in a creative field and you want to see how it's going to be, and if this card comes, it means that you're going to be great at this creative venture. Go ahead and do it. But this is also a very, very homely card. Homely card is Queen of Coins also, but I see this woman more at home with herself, more at peace, more with herself. She's got a baby with her anyway, and she's a caring, loving, giving mother or wife, or even a girlfriend. If this comes for a younger woman, it could still mean that, because the woman looks young. Unlike the Queen of Swords, which looks a little older, which we'll come to later, the Queen of Cups is also a young mother, young woman. So you see, this is a whole family here. The king with the perfect wife and the perfect husband and the perfect children and the perfect everyone else in their family. So this is the family of the people in the cups. And these can also represent qualities and situations. This could also be like if this person is your boss, then it's a very, very easygoing boss, will not pressurize you with too much work, will not push, and will not be very dominating. And this person will be very easy to work with, very understanding boss. He'll give you leave when you want to go home, when you're not feeling well. He's not going to scream at you for jobs unfinished. He won't make you sit for meetings endlessly for till late at night. So this is a very lenient boss, very convenient person to work for. So this is the core quality of the person, and you can apply these qualities when you're reading for someone. And remember, cups is only about softness. Yeah, because it's the element of water. It's very fluid, it's very, very happy, and it's all emotions and creativity. Everything to do with the heart energy, the heart chakra, the heart center. And that's why I wanted to begin this journey today of our minor cards with the cups, because they are my favorite suit. When they come in a reading, maybe everything else is going wrong, but my heart is in its place. I am going to be happy. And when this card comes in any reading, any cups card, except for the 4 or 5, any other cups card comes, I know that, my emotions are healing, or they're in a place where I'll be happy and joyful. So this is what the cups mean. In the next episode, we'll be talking about coins, because even they are very, very positive. Let's go to coins next ahead. Now that we are starting readings on Tarot Siddhi, I would remind you that please send me just one main question to begin with for the reading. I need your name also. But if you don't want me to reveal your name on the show, I won't do that. I'll give me a code name that I can say that you know that I'm talking about you. But for my reading purposes, I need your name. So send me your name. Your date of birth is optional. You can or cannot. It's up to you. It doesn't matter for me. So you can just send me your reading, because that's how I will tune into your energy, and send me one solid question that you're looking for an answer, and we'll do a reading for you here on Tarot Siddhi right in front of you, and that'll connect me with you on a little bit more intimate level. We'll be like talking about your situation, and you will feel the energy of the tarot work for you. And this is experience that we now are getting into, experience of the tarot. So send me your question. I'm really looking for one question right now, because there'll be many people who will be calling, and there'll be many people who will be sending queries. So one question for you, and your name. And if you don't want me to reveal your name, that's fine. We'll find a way to deal with that. So I'll be waiting for your questions on tarotsiddhi@gmail.com. That's my address. And yeah, that's just about it. And we'll be continuing the journey of the minor cards as well. So I'll see you again next Friday. Happy living.